How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Kite Thief with us, all the way from the UK. They can say their names and what they do in the band.
Hello, I'm Ellen. I'm the lead vocals singer lady.
I'm Max, and I'm the guitarist and do some other vocals now and then.
Yeah, I heard that in the newest song, Judge Judy and Executioner, which I gotta say, kudos on the naming of the song. I was like, this kind of hits. I like it. I wasn't sure on it at first, but then by the end of it, and I'm sure by the time people watch the actual music video, you'll get it.
Yeah, it was
hammer
weird
down.
when that name came up. I think at first we were like, oh, it should be Judge, Jury, and Executioner because it's like all serious and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then it was Josh who wanted, well, he was one who's like, what if we just quote Hot Fuzz? I don't know if you've seen Hot Fuzz.
Yes.
I'm assuming you have. And we were like,
Now he
yeah,
gets it.
we were like, oh, yeah, that's the one. And it just worked. And then we went to the place that they filmed and did loads of like just little videos and stuff. And
nice.
Just walking around.
Our second to last TikTok we just posted is Josh pretending to be one of the characters in it, and it's like it's so
us running around in the background is so dumb, but yeah,
I love it.
I think the name reflects the song.
You guys definitely, no pun intended, you did bring the hammer down, especially the ending of this song. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't gone to check it out, so you can check the link below. A reaction video will be out by the time this comes out, so make sure to watch that if you want to see me absolutely just be obliterated at the end. But
I can't wait.
I want to give a massive shout out to James. He was the one who set this up, so James, big salutes to you as always. Send me the finest UK bands, so love it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know, guys, since I don't know too much about your group other than this song, and I did check out Allegedly, which is the other music video. You can check that out on their YouTube channel. But how did you guys start out? I'm a huge band nerd. I love knowing about the history of groups. So how long have you guys been doing it for? And how did the whole thing start out? Spare no expense. I have nothing else to do with my life, so take as much time as you'd like.
Right, so I'll just get all my journals out, yeah?
Get it out, yeah. Dear diary, day one,
You want to
scrapbooks.
I feel like we all have slightly different versions of it, but Max, I'm interested for you to take. Go on, do you want
Yeah,
to
I'd say
video?
we're like knocking on 5 years now, aren't we?
Woo.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we all left our hometowns and moved to Bristol, which is where me and Ellen currently are, to study music at a university. And we all kind of, Ellen was sort of like the orchestrator of all of us. She picked us all out for this project we had to do, basically. So she went and recruited everyone individually and brought us all together as some weird super group you fantasized about or something. And Josh and I kind of knew each other a little bit, the other guitarist, and me and the drummer sort of knew each other a bit, but yeah, Ellen was the one to kind of bring us all together. And we did basically at the end of the project, you get the chance to play the end of term gig, and it's in front of everyone. It's in a really big venue, and it's really cool. And we did that, and we absolutely smashed it. And everyone was like, "You guys are amazing!" And we were like, "Oh, maybe we should just
this was cool.
Something?
We like this.
Yeah.
Do this again."
So we just started writing together, really, and just
playing all of the. Yeah, just playing lots of little gigs here and there, and
because we all had so many different influences and stuff. So we took a little while to find our sound. We still are now, obviously, but we got 3 songs together. Went back down to Cornwall, where I'm from. Spent a weekend recording them all. We toured relentlessly before even releasing anything, and we had no social media and stuff like that. And we built it all up, and a few of my industry friends were
made
"Nah,
sure
man, you've got to be on."
Yeah, we were no, we don't want it, not until we're ready. We're like, no.
Loads of industry guys I know were like, "Why aren't you on Facebook? Why aren't you on Instagram? People need to find you." And I was like, "Trust me, it's gonna work. We're building the hype." And then when our first single was ready to come out, we came out with a bang, and had loads of people coming to find us and all that sort of stuff.
Awesome.
So it worked really well. And then ever since, we've just been kind of touring relentlessly, writing relentlessly. Especially for this new music, this new era took us to 2000 Trees, which is one of the bucket list venues and festivals and shows we've ever wanted to do. So it's been amazing, and we've just kind of gone from strength to strength, I think, and now we're better than we've ever been, and we're like Apple when they release the iPhone. Every new song, like, this is the best new thing. No, this is the best.
This one
Actually, this is better.
One.
Yeah, no, get this
14
one.
times better.
This one is bigger, but no charging ports anywhere.
Yeah.
You know,
it's all wireless.
Yeah, one-use song.
Yeah, we're all wireless. We like subvert reality.
You just start levitating on stage.
Ascending.
The drum set starts levitating. You guys start floating across the stage.
I mean, that is the ultimate goal, really.
Okay, I'm about it. I'd come to that show
flying
for sure.
Cars and flying drum kits.
Ellen, do you have
the future?
Do you have anything else? You said that everyone's story is a little bit different, part of the group. Is there anything that you would like to add or correct for Max? I'm just kidding.
No, I think it's really sweet. I think I didn't realize that that's what I did, but I've heard it from Max and I've heard it from Josh, and I think Zach as well. And I think I did do that. I was just really headstrong. I think I was fed up of being in bands with people that didn't work as hard as I did. And then I went to uni and there were so many incredible people. There were so many, but you've got to find the ones you gel with. And we had like quite a few chances in different bands. Like I played with Max, but like with a different lineup. I played with Zach and Josh. I think me and Josh were in a band for like one thing where he played bass. He's a guitarist in Kite Thief. And I sung, and we did Green Day. I don't really know what we were doing. It was for like an assessment. It was a whole thing. But yeah,
we
so
were
I think
all in bands, weren't we? Like actual bands as well before this band. So like Ellen had a band called ICYMI. Henry was in a band called Mithra. I was in a band called Nave and Every People as well. That was another uni band thing. Zach was in a band briefly, but I can't remember their name now. But they weren't really like releasing stuff. But yeah, so we a lot of us, and Josh as well, actually, to be fair, Valley of Oceans. But that was his college band. That was even. College is different in America to UK, I think, isn't it? But we go like school, college, uni.
We're dumb.
So he was like the middle one.
I don't know. I think we make it overcomplicated. There's just a lot going on. And
we just are like, hey, you go to 12th grade, this is your last year of high school. And then they're like, you go to college or you just go to trade school and you learn how to fix cars or shoot guns or whatever. I don't know.
I recently went to a show. Why is my name gone completely blank? Where did I go, Max? The other day when I sent a picture of the stage and I learned about fraternities is what I'm trying to...
Yeah,
Scene
I
Queen.
don't know. Scene Queen. Oh, yeah.
Scene Queen.
Sorry. Yep.
Scene Queen gave everyone at her gig the other day.
Oh, nice. Okay,
like
Scene Queen.
In like fraternity. Have you heard of Scene Queen?
I have, yeah. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Salutes.
She's so cool. Yeah, and I learned about American college fraternities. That was, I mean, I don't really understand it, but
I don't
I'm here
either.
for it.
I was not in a fraternity, so I have no idea. That's why I'm a music nerd. You know, I didn't belong in a fraternity. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think I'd be let in.
2 thumbs down. No, it doesn't seem good. I think what really surprised me was just, again, James sending me the email. I know he usually sends me bands that I wind up falling in love with, but I legitimately was like, I should check these guys out. You know, I always do, just because I like to have kind of a barometer for what like the artists I have on do. So I again checked out Judge Judy, and I was like, where has this band been? You know, why are they not bigger? You know, where did they come from? What rock did they like crawl out from underneath that allowed me to like see them? You know, so I was definitely stoked about it. And then I went back and listened to Allegedly, which is your other music video, and I was like, this band definitely needs like a much larger platform to be like more known, because I think you guys blend a lot of different genres together that I didn't. At first, I was like listening through Judge Judy, and I was like, I don't know if I quite get it, right? Like the first verse, I was like listening to it, I was like, is this gonna be for me? Like, am I gonna like it? And then I got to the chorus, and I was like, okay, this is a cool switch up. I like this. And then you got to the second verse, and it's different than the first verse. So I'm like, okay, now you have me intrigued. And then I got to the second chorus, I was like, this hits even more. and then switch it up again in the bridge, and then at the end of the song, I just threw my hands up and said I need to listen to more of this music afterwards. So I was just blown away by the like kind of almost like roller coaster like journey. And I know, Max, you pointed out of being from like different influences and stuff, and I can definitely tell there's like a bunch of different influences. And I mentioned like the like left to center groups, which I feel like you pull from, like especially Ellen's vocals in the first verse. It kind of reminded me of like a poppy or like a baby metal type style, like voicing. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is so weird, but I like it. And then once she gets to like the chorus, I was like, oh, this kind of gives me like a Courtney from like Spirit Box, or like even Tatiana
Proud
from
to
like
the
a
Queen.
Ginger kind of like vibe. And I was like, sick, this is definitely interesting. And then Max, you come in with your vocals, and I was like, this is also why is this here? But this is cool. I like it. And it just kind of threw me for a loop, because I think you hit like the real odd like metal adjacent stuff. You hit the like metal stuff like right on the nail. And then also there's like this like almost like rock kind of like vibe that Ellen has with like her vocals. It's got this real like grasp on you. Like I compared you vocally kind of like to like Dream State. I know they're
Oh,
also in the UK, but like you also have that grit to your vocals that I think like not a lot of artists are currently like hitting right now, that I really enjoy. So it was cool. And also I mentioned, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the band The Marmosettes, but
oh, I love
yes,
man, yeah.
I mentioned them as well. You gave me a Marmosettes vibe, which I have not heard in like ages, and I love the Marmosettes. So I feel like you guys kind of give me you're about the closest approximation. If I
it.
felt like the Marmosettes were heavier, you guys would be the Marmosettes.
Oh
Dude,
my God.
in one like
That was it.
literally one paragraph, you've basically been the best interviewer we've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally all the shit we're like,
I'm gonna
trying to
quit
hit,
now.
like,
Yeah.
stuff we're
Let's
trying
go,
to hit.
baby.
Well, it's funny
That's
that
like
you
the
say
biggest
about like,
compliment.
and you say about the Marmoset, about them, like we actually met at a Marmoset's gig. That's how me. Well, I say met,
Oh,
or like we kind of like we'd seen each other
just
around
say you
uni.
met there. That's
Congregated.
fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it was
makes
the
it
whole thing.
more.
We
It
saw each
makes
other
it more
around.
like a part of the storyline.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. I'm creating my own story. I'm the main character. Like, was what we're all here for. You know?
It's like main character story arc moment. You know, I need that.
Exactly. I need to build.
That's the funniest thing. The first song we played together was a Marmoset's cover.
Oh my God, it was. Yeah.
That was the song.
Wow.
That was the song we got assessed on, and that was a song that everyone was like, "You guys gel
we
so
got
well.
onto the
Like, you
show
should
with
be
it,
a band."
didn't we?
Yeah.
Got on, they did like they did these big shows at the end of term, and we got onto that,
got
and we won
videos
the
and-
prize of the night, which was like rehearsal
like
space or something.
£1,000 of rehearsal. Yeah.
So that's basically we're trying to say thank you, because that's just excellent, and that's just so kind.
Oh, no
Yeah,
problem.
dude. Like, literally every band you mention, then we are always like, that's like what we wish people would like hope we sound like, because you always get the typical like, oh, Paramore, because there's a female in the band, and then
Yeah.
Two
we
thumbs
get, like,
down.
weird
Don't say
ones
that.
like
Bad
I know
move.
they
get-
mean well. I know they mean well, but just
Yeah.
also there are other people. I'm the biggest power whore of all
Same.
time.
Same.
Like,
Big facts.
Like I've got there's a poster of them over there that I got back from my mum's the other day. It's like my 15-year-old girl poster, but I brought it back with me. Yeah,
Next to the
love
Bratz
Hayley Williams.
posters.
Yes, exactly.
Hell
Love
yeah.
Hayley Williams more than anything. But also there is just so many sick women or just femme people, non-binary people that do so many cool things. And I think we took a lot of like bits from just all of them.
Yeah.
Because it's
It was
so
very like,
interesting.
where you were mentioning like the verses and stuff, like we were intentionally very tongue-in-cheek. Ellen really wanted to sound really almost like sarcastic when we were doing the demos here. We were demoing it and we were like, we should just be a bit more like sarky with it. That's a term we use in English.
Sarcastic.
I knew
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've had enough UK artists on here in my
He gets us, he gets us.
8 years
Amazing.
tenure on YouTube. I know it's like,
Can you
Yeah.
just interview us for everything ever now? This is amazing. But I think that's also the most anyone's ever paid attention to the structure of any of our songs and actually given us a foot. You know that song better than we do. We're like, what bit are we in? Like, I just asked you, but like you're in the bridge. Like,
I feel
It's
like
amazing.
I try to pride myself on that, just because I think like internally, like I like to have a game that I play with myself, essentially, where I'm like, how can I really nail down to a T like what these bands are influenced by that isn't like the larger scale, like Paramore, like female band, female fronted Paramore, you know, she sounds just like Haley Williams, you know. No offense to anybody that does take offense to that, but you should take a little, just a smidge of offense, you know. But I think for me, it's like I always pride myself on like finding out like if there's a band that I like, I'm trying to kind of put it all together. Like I want to make sure that if people haven't, like maybe if they check out your band and they're like, I've never heard of the Marmozets before, now they're gonna go check out the Marmozets. Like I hope it adds this kind of like layering effect where people go and check out some of the bands that are like you are more closely related to, that isn't like the overarching like groups that you listen to, because there's so many, as Ellen mentioned, there's so many great like female fronted groups that I love, and like I always try to make sure I'm giving them a spotlight just as much as like people of the like LGBTQ community as well. I think it's like really important for people to be highlighted in that way. Whether or not you are like the front person of the group or you're like a member of the group, it's still like such an important aspect to why I feel like this music means a lot to me. So, you know, as someone who is non-white, you know, I also like to be able to highlight just a bunch of different people from all different backgrounds. So I appreciate that you guys just go out and you do your thing and you rock it, and like I'm vibing.
Dude, we
I'm on board.
appreciate it so much.
Yeah,
Like
no,
it's so lovely to have someone put so much effort into, like, you know, because there's so much stuff you can do where you can just get a press release and you can just look through and go, oh, okay, I'll hit those points and then that's that done. But like it's so rewarding for us as well to like, we put so much effort into all the music and everything, and it's lovely to have someone like connect with it so much and be like so invested in it as well.
and that's
So
something we
like,
always want to portray as well, is just the idea of like exclusivity and community. We are all
I
white.
mean,
but, you know,
inclusivity.
inclusivity. Oh, did I say
Yeah,
exclusivity?
not
Oh,
exclusive.
We're only white.
No.
Yeah.
You need to be
We're-
a VIP to get to this Kite Thief.
Yeah, you have to be. No, you have to be allergic to the sun to be in our band.
Yes.
None of us can be in the sun for many different reasons. So it's good
Yes,
to look at.
yes.
But yeah, we try to.
Do you have
it's
an umbrella?
inclusive
Are you guys
and
walking around with umbrellas, you know?
My LED light is giving me a tan right now.
Yeah,
Like,
literally. I've just got a little crystal light here. She's as much as I can take. It's just
Let us know if you're from the UK, and you let us know. Is this too bright for you? You know?
do
is
you
this great?
suffer from the sun?
yeah, we all do. We can't handle anything.
You're like,
Anyway, enough about British people.
I love it. Love to come back to the UK. I haven't been back, but you guys have some great
Oh, have you been?
festivals. So, I mean, you know, festivals of the UK. Like, if you'd like to have me over to your beautiful country, I would love to come over. So, you know, I don't know who. This
Yeah,
is for
absolutely.
anyone. If you want to have me come out to your festival, hit me up in the email. I'd love to
You
have
want to
you.
do
Sign 'em
2,000
up.
trees? 2,000
Sign 'em
trees.
up.
You want to do?
Yeah, 2,000 trees.
Yeah,
hit me up,
definitely.
2,000
please.
trees is sick.
I'll
I don't know.
cry.
Yeah, it's a bit
If I could
romantic,
fly
but-
out to UK and do something like this, I'd be crying the entire flight over from the UK.
just the entire time.
The entire time. Yeah, as soon as I put my first foot on the plane, immediately crying.
Immediately
And
bored.
Turn up to the
Immediately-
festival like no water in your body whatsoever. Just
I'll be
Yeah, you
completely
are
dehydrated.
green.
I'll be like the
a
sea.
raisin.
I'll be like fucking Voldemort at the end of Harry Potter. I'd just be like just shriveled up like fucking. That'd be me. Anyway, that's for all you nerds out there. Love you guys. But no, I think you guys definitely hit this really niche thing that I just absolutely love and I'm very excited for. I did tease that you guys have an EP coming out, so I don't know if that's been if that is
Yeah, we've
released to the
announced that
public.
now.
I
Yeah,
kind
we've
of
said
kept
that
it.
now.
Yeah.
I kind of kept it
Hopefully.
a little, kept it a little cryptic. So, guys, the EP will be out in December. Ooh, surprise!
Yeah.
That is
So
it.
very
Yeah,
excited.
Ambiviolent.
That just sounds wild to me. That's not that long. I'm like, that's really not that far away. And I'm like,
No.
okay,
I need to
God.
buy some Christmas presents.
Yeah, no.
I just want to
The
let you
EP is my
know,
Christmas
I
present to
I
you.
will be checking it out on December 15th live here on the channel. So if you want to go check that out, it will be
Ooh,
live,
Oh my
react,
God,
come hang
yes.
out. It'd be
Oh
sick.
my God, I'll
yeah.
come and
We'll be there.
I'll share it as well. Oh my God, let
Alan's
me
gonna be
set a
crying.
reminder.
So very, very sick. But perfect segue, guys. I wanted to know, who are you influenced by? Who is kind of like the first like artist or group that you saw that really inspired you to like get into music? I often find that I love talking about influences about a group, but like, is there one specific like group or artist that you were just like, you saw them on TV or you heard them on the radio and you're like, yo, I want to do this. This sounds sick. I want to be a musician.
Do you want me to try and answer that? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, you can
As a
go.
group,
It could
as a
be an
group
artist
of
or group or
people,
artist. Yeah, whatever.
I'm just thinking like the ones like, do you want
Go
like
individually,
individual
and
or like,
then we can do a
yeah,
band one
okay.
at the end, I reckon.
Mm.
Okay, God. Okay, I come from like a really like pop punk like kind of background when it comes to bands, and I am a little pop punk princess at heart, but also
A
like really like no, I think that's why I make so many poppy melodies. And
yes.
I try to make an earworm, and I think that's just because I listen to a lot of metal too, but pop punk literally like has my kind of little emo teenage heart.
Felt. Yeah.
Um so that's kind of where I was coming from. And then Max, I mean, you
Yeah,
describe yours better than me.
my dad was a musician, so there was always like music around the house and stuff. And like I started getting into like guitar and stuff with like Chuck Berry, and then like
Ooh.
AC/DC, and then it went to like Guns N' Roses, and that was the big one. My dad kind of like introduced me to like rock, and then took me to all the like cover bands shows back in my hometown.
Yeah.
So like every 2 weeks on a Friday or a Saturday, like me and like my dad's mate and his son, we'd all go together and like watch all these like Thin Lizzy and like The Who and Guns N' Roses, all those sort of tribute bands. And I was like, that's really cool. Like I want to start playing guitar. And then I think in college I discovered Lower Than Atlantis.
Oh.
And I started seeing all their like tour documentaries and their like
Yes.
their album documentaries and stuff like that. And that was when I was like, I want to get in a van. Them and While She Sleeps. I was like, I want to get in a van. I want to like not eat, sleep on floors, and like do all
And
that.
me and you both started being in bands really, really young, like compared to
Really
the
young.
others. I think Josh was in a lot of bands, but we were touring a lot from like,
Yeah,
I was doing gigs from maybe like 17, but then started touring pretty much straight away,
Ooh.
which is like the
yeah.
more,
We were touring in like college, weren't we? Like
yeah.
when we were like 16, 17, like all the way up.
Just
It
with
was
you
like-
just learn kind of, I guess you just learn the kind of trade that way, because we're very much, that's
Yeah.
where we come from, is like the live scene, all of us, like we were all very much into that. Like
Very
Josh's
much
favourite
community
band
based,
is-
wasn't it?
Yeah, and like Josh's favorite band is Parkway Drive. I was like, he loves
Oh.
the big theatrical, like, yeah. Well, I hope he
Mm.
doesn't mind me saying that. But they at least are one of his favorite bands.
He likes the older stuff more, I think.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
but, like,
But he
yeah,
loves
yeah,
the new stuff just as much. But he's like,
He loves the visual live
he was
element
just-
of it, and
yeah.
we just all kind of
Yeah.
meshed in that world. Didn't we?
We're all kind of seeing kids in some respect. We all kind of came from somewhere where we had like our own little community of like bands, and then we travel off, and but those are our bands that we sort of that inspired us. And then I think recently Ellen and I went to watch Spirit Box a few times.
Oh.
Josh, Zach, and I went to watch Carnival and Sleep Token.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
then we all went to Download, and we all watched Architects and then Bring Me the Horizon, and we were all just like, that's it.
That's
like,
it.
we literally stood there taking notes on our phones.
Honestly,
watching it,
we're
like,
always
right, we're gonna do that.
analysing,
You're like-
aren't we? We're always like,
Yeah.
right, what can we take from this?
And that we found that so lovely, because we did Download as a band, and then we played 2000 Trees and stayed at the festival as a band as well. So we had like a summer full of like seeing all these amazing bands and what they're doing. and like it was just so like inspiring for us to sort of look at like what we can start doing to get to that next level again, which is what we've done the entire time we've been a band. Is like we get good at something, then we're like, cool, what can we do next?
Yeah.
Okay, move on again. And we don't just really like sit down and go,
rest.
We're mint.
No, we don't rest. We're always like, let's do this now. If this isn't good, we must do this one now over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be better than the last one.
Yeah.
I respect that, because I think it's like, I think, especially just with the advert of bands like doing social media, doing touring, doing like paying for merch, like there's so much more involved with being a group now that I've felt. Again, I've been doing this for almost 8 years now, so I have like this really odd perspective of like I've gone to shows back since like the late 2010s, like, so I've been going to shows since I was a kid, and now being like 30, it's like weird to see like how much it's shifted over the years, where I feel like if you were like on social media like in the like late 2010s, like early 2000s, whatever, everybody's like, you're on MySpace or you're on like OG Facebook, and you're like, my band's playing here, you gotta come see us, we're playing at this really shitty like bar or pub,
We literally did that.
please come see us, right? And like I love that, but now it's just like there's just so much, like there's so many bands that are just like, I'm playing your city, and then it's like 6 other posts, I'm playing your same city, all in the same night, and you're like, do I go see, like, I'd love to go see the local band and support the local band, but then like there's larger bands that you're like, oh shit, I'd love to see them. Like, I'll give an example. I went to go see Sleep Token on their first US tour that they did, like their headliner, and in Philadelphia, and there was like 5 or 6 other shows happening in Philadelphia that same night. So I was like, oh my God, like I can't even, it wouldn't even be possible for me to go to all of these. So
no,
I went to go see Sleep Token.
How did you find it though? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, insane.
They're one of my favorite bands.
I felt like that was like a godly
the best
experience.
live sound I've heard in years. Like genuinely,
I haven't seen them live.
We all saw them. Yeah, me, Zach, and Josh all went, and we have hearing protection because you got
Same.
it. But the last few songs we took it out, and we were just like, "This is perfect." They were just. Yeah,
I wore it anyway because I'm old, so I'm like would like to hear, and especially considering, like my free time fun job is this, and I have to use these to like hear stuff,
Yeah.
Just if you can wear, this is my plug to wear earplugs, please do it, because if you're 18 or younger and you're going to shows without earplugs, you're gonna fuck your ears up. I'm just gonna say that. So wear earplugs. That's
I keep
me.
trying to get people
Elder
to do it.
emo.
Please bring earplugs.
We always ask people at our shows. Yeah.
We're like, put earplugs in.
Please.
We are loud. We can't control some of the speakers either. We're not playing huge venues yet where we can take our own sound tech. We've got to rely a lot on what they've already got there. So wear your earplugs.
Yeah.
Protect your hearing.
Protect your ears. I don't know how many times I have to say that, but I'm gonna do it. This is my elder emo moment. Please wear your earplugs.
You get it printed on merch.
I should.
Wear earplugs. Wear your earplugs.
Yeah. That should happen. We'll do it.
We'll do it.
We'll make a t-shirt. Kite Thief says, "Wear earplugs, dummy."
Yeah, there you go. We'll make.
That's our new merch.
I'll buy it. I'll buy it.
Okay, sick. Okay,
I'll buy it.
Cool.
Cap. This is not cap. I will buy it. But yeah, no, I think it's, and kudos for you guys doing it for as long as you guys have been doing it for, because I think oftentimes like I feel like bands, if they don't see like the initial success or like instant gratification of being a group, like it's often very like disheartening to continue on, right? And I appreciate the fact that you guys continue to like elevate, and I can tell like there's something about it with like, again, just going back even just a year and listening to Allegedly and then going to Judge Judy, it was like a night and day sort of thing where I felt like the production was like better, the writing like had gotten better as well, and like I appreciate the elevation that you guys do, because I think like you could very easily just be complacent and be like, yeah, we're gonna write another song, we're gonna have some riffs, Ellen's gonna make some weird vocal noises, and we're just gonna that's it, we're gonna do it, right? And that's fine. People do wind up doing that, and that's okay. But I think it really shows when you can tell that a group is just trying to like elevate release after release, and you're just like, you go back and you listen to like first album and you're like, wow, holy shit, like they've changed so much in like such a short amount of time. That is like really cool. I know Max did mention Lower Than Atlantis, which is one of my favorite bands of all time. And their growth over the years, and like obviously rest
Dude,
in peace.
yeah.
I would love to see. Please come back, for the love of God.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was at
I
their
would-
last show.
Please
in
come
London.
back. I need you to come back.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and
I
toward Kite
appreciate
Thief.
that though.
So
I mean, we've definitely had our patches of like tough times where we're like,
sure,
we've put everything into something and then it hasn't paid off, and like we've all just been a bit like disheartened by it, but it never really like knocked us back far enough that we think, like we're not going to carry on anymore. We're always just like,
we go very slow. I think we started out really slow, which I think was the best thing for us. I think we gave ourselves space to find our feet. You know, even just the simple things like if you want to change your band name and you've already made a Facebook page, like, and if you make your Facebook page really early on, it's like, oh, well, I've got to change it. Do you know what I mean? And just little things. And like, we learned how to write, and we take on feedback. I guess that's one thing that going to uni did help us, is we're very self-reflective, always thinking about how I can be better. And we also take on a lot of feedback and actively seek it out, I would say. And just,
we basically had like 3 years of condensing like being a band. We basically had like what people spend 5 years doing in 3 years, where we like learned everything about each other. We practiced like 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes till like 2 a.m. And like we kind of skipped over the whole like learning curve. We had a few massive learning curves where like Ellen's talking about self-reflection. Like there were points where myself, like I was terrible at, like, I'd write a riff and then like people want to change it and I'd be like, no, it needs to be this way. You cannot change this.
Stop it. This is my riff. Yeah.
The drums need to be here.
Yeah, no one touches it.
And now we're super collaborative. We will try, if someone's got an idea, there's never a point where it's like no.
The answer's
we'll
always we might
anyway.
as well try it. We might as well try it.
Yeah.
There's no harm in trying. And then sometimes we're like, oh, what?
Yeah,
oh,
didn't
this is
expect that.
weird. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's definitely been a journey, and like with this new release, we actively wanted to make a big change. I think we wanted to like step it up and just bring something fresh to like everything we were writing, because even though a lot of on the surface, a lot of the songs like Sweepstake, Hindsight, and Allegedly, they'll all differ very much. They'll all sound very different. I think there was a lot of us experimenting. You can hear the kind of, oh, we'll try something a little bit like heavier and darker, and oh, we'll try something a little more upbeat and happier. And this is us trying to sort of almost like chip away at the stone and carve it and sort of mold it into something that's cohesive and like sort of presents all of those aspects within one song, instead of it being like, oh, we'll do a song like this and then we'll do a song like this. It's like now we're learning how to sort of mold it all together. And yeah, and I think even now, like the new stuff we're writing already is again like a completely new phase of us as a band. So it's like we're constantly trying to let people know and like give them warning that we're going to change and we're going to write different stuff. And it's like, yeah, just look at Linkin Park, and like you said, like Lower Than Atlantis as well. Like every album they did something different. They didn't just stick to Hybrid Theory. They didn't just stick to, you know,
whatever the album is.
Whatever album.
I can't remember what the.
It's all right. It's all right.
Now.
I knew what you meant, Max.
Changing tune. That's it. Yeah. So we just want to. I think that's always been something for us, is just like keeping it fresh, keeping it like exciting. Especially just for us mainly. Yeah. We like to write new, and luckily we haven't really got as big of an audience that want to like burn all our old records when we bring out a pop album. Do you know what I mean? So it's like we got this nice kind of, we're still at that level where we can kind of experiment and like try stuff out, and apparently it seems to be working if you're enjoying it. So
I mean, I'm just one person. I'm just one guy, you know.
I'll take it.
But from what you've been saying, you're up there and respect calendar.
I think you gotta. I also feel like you have to like what I've learned over my years of doing this is I think you got to respect the process of bands. Like, I don't think that everything is going to be inherently written for you, right? And I think that bands have to learn that they have to write stuff for them. Like, I enjoy the band because I want to see that the band can grow. I want to see if the band can write shit that they
The
like to
evolution.
yeah, that they like to talk about, that they like to do. Like, that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm here for. And if a band isn't going to stay the same sound wise, that's fine with me. As long as I feel like I can watch them and they still have that same like 1000% energy that they have about this song that's like a pop banger versus like a stupid heavy like breakdown like guttural like nasty song. Like, if they have the same love for doing that as they do for like writing the stuff that is a little bit different or left of center from what they typically write, then that's fine. I'm all for it, because at least I know that they're having an enjoyment of it, and like they're still
Yeah.
making music, and that's like the best thing about it. Like, why would you can always go back to listen to old albums.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like if you don't like new if
And
you
then
don't
there
like
No
must
one
new
be
wants to
Kite
go
Thief.
something
and
else.
watch a band that like don't enjoy what they're doing. Like, I saw some videos of like Motley Crue when they were like barely touring. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're getting up and just playing these songs, and that you could just see that none of them cared. They were just like, you know what?
It's
Like,
okay. Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, but like, you'll go and watch Bring Me, and they're like better than they've ever been. Like, live, they're like so involved with their show, and they're so
Download.
passionate, and you're just like, and they're writing like stuff that's like
Yeah.
trap,
Amazing.
pop, and then they're doing like the deathcore stuff as well mixed in with it, and it's just
We
like,
got to do a little bit,
oh yeah,
not really, but we kind of got to work with them, but not really. I can tell you how, but it
yeah. It was
What?
what song was it?
is it Amen, Amen, however you say
Amen.
it.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
so
with a
so sick.
choir on that track.
yeah, there's a choir and there's loads of like really subtle underlayers that you can't tell that we're like part of. So Choir Noir is this amazing choir that well, we're both in, and that's how we joined really. That
Oh
was
my
the first thing
god.
I did with
I
them, and I've been doing loads of cool things with them since. So um that was
That makes
sick.
sense. I've
And there's a
seen
couple more
I've
exciting
seen
ones as well.
Choir Noir videos, so I was like, now I'm putting it together. Holy shit. That's cool.
Yeah, so we
Awesome.
If you
are.
check out Instagram, I did like a TikTok, I did like a reel of like us going and recording. It's on my personal one as well. Like, it's
Hell
probably
yeah.
easier to find because it's pinned. But like, yeah, I filmed the whole day because I was at work, and Ellen was like,
I
"We
rang
haven't
you.
got
I was
enough
like,
vocalists."
we needed more like lower vocalists and someone that, because there was a lot of like you can't really tell in the mix, but it does make a difference. Like there's like loads of shouting and like deep things that we did. But if you there's a really high note in there, by the way. That is me. That was me and one other person doing that. So I am in
It's
that
really,
frequency somewhere.
it's really funny
Let's go.
because Jordan like FaceTimed us while we were recording, and they were like, "Oh, do you want like all the bass notes and all the like? Do you want as much bass?" And it was like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna high pass it anyway, so don't worry about that." He's like, "I'm just gonna take all the bass out of it." So
Oh
It
no.
was It was super cool though.
yeah,
I
it
rang
was,
Max. So I was like, we need more like low vocalists. We need more like a male vocalist or anyone that can kind of get down there. And your boss was like, Max, you can come to work another time. You can
yeah.
make it up. Go and do it. Bless him.
He was
Wow,
like,
that's so sick.
Yeah.
these things come along once in a
Yeah,
lifetime. He
that's
was like, if you
amazing.
don't go and do this, you're gonna kick yourself. He was like, the store's gonna run itself. I work at a guitar company. He was like, it's gonna run itself. You're gonna be
You'll be
fine for a
fine.
few
Yeah.
hours.
You were gone for half a day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and
And
then
I have a little electric scooter, and I like race down the road.
yeah.
Like, ah.
Just see
I'm
Max
coming.
barreling down the roads
Yeah.
in the UK. Oh my
Yeah,
god. That'd be
it was
amazing.
nuts, man. It was crazy,
It was really
crazy.
cool. And I've
Well,
done some cool stuff with them since. So if you keep an eye out, I'll be putting it on
oh,
Kite Thief stuff. So you'll see it.
I'll have to check it
Yeah.
Just
out.
can't say anything about any of it.
That's fair. Yeah. There's stuff I can't say
That's
about my
boring.
stuff, so I got you. Yeah. I know. I know. I know
Super
vibes.
friends.
Yeah, I gotta keep it on lock, you know. But we went on a massively wild tangent, but I love it because
I'm so sorry.
this is
Yeah.
what this is. No, you're good. This is I attribute all of this stuff to like us just hanging out, like, and just shooting the shit, you know. So this is my vibe. So
They're the
thank you.
best chats to have.
Those are the best chats to have. But I wanted to know, guys, in terms of people who haven't checked out Kite Thief, and this may be the first interview they watched, and they're like, I like these people. These people are cool. What song would you recommend to new listeners to check out first to give them an idea of your sound?
Judge Judy and Executioner. It's got to be.
It's got to be Judge Judy and Executioner.
It's our favourite
You've been
song.
ramping it up.
We've been waiting for this song to come out for so. It's the first one we ever properly finished. I was going through a horrific breakup. You were about to go through, and kind of then were at the end of writing it another horrific breakup. And it was just like. And then we just tried loads of cool stuff, and we've had such a good time. It's been working up to this song. There are still more songs to come, but we have been waiting for this. So just look at this one first, I think.
Yeah, this one has the cool music video that
it does have a cool music video
as well.
Yeah, so Max filmed and edited our music video.
Yeah. So apart from the ones with me in it, that was our mate Ali. I wasn't just like holding the camera.
Yeah, that'd be great. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, we had Ali from A Life Well Productions doing some really he always helps us out. He's amazing.
Yeah, he brought all his lighting and did all the hard work, and I was just like,
you're like,
make you look cool.
Do this thing. Yeah, I got you. Nah, I love that. The music video came out sick as well, so go check it out if you haven't.
Thanks,
links below. But I feel like that's a good one. I also really enjoyed Allegedly, honestly. That was a great track. So is that going to be on the EP or no? So Judge Judy is the only one that's going to be on the EP, correct?
And the Tide.
We've got 2 other singles out. So we've got The Tide, Gold Sick, and Judge Judy and Executioner that are all from this EP that have all been released. So Tide came out 2 months ago, Gold Sick was out last month, and then Judge Judy was released this month.
So you're saying I have more to check out? Is that's what you're?
You do, yeah. I mean, for a long time, The Tide was my favorite song.
And
The
Tide used to be mine, but then I think just Judge Judy pulled me back.
We've had both those. So The Tide and Judge Judy have been written for pretty much 2 years, I'd say. Is that right?
Yeah.
About that, and we've been gigging it as well. So we've been like leaking it all over the place, and people have just been like, "Oh, I love that."
But also developing it, like from playing it live, you learn how you want to change the song. Like we play it live a bit, because then we get to see what we want to do with it.
You test run it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we've been changing it and evolving it, and
But yeah, I think they're I mean, Zach's favorite is Gold Sick, so like we all have a different favorite from the EP, but I think Judge Judy and The Tide really kind of complement each other, and they're kind of like they're sort of like two sides of the same page, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got 2 other songs you can go and check out now and react to.
Oh,
you can
challenge.
Yeah.
I'll have to check.
But I think one for us as well. We end on Hindsight, so again that holds like a really special place in our hearts.
We love Hindsight. It's very poppy for us, but it has got a surprise section at the end again, and you like that. So
I do.
You'll like that one too.
I love a good surprise. Yeah. I can't lie. I love this one. I will say, if you think you're ready for the end of Judge Judy, you are not ready for the end of Judge Judy. I just want to preface everyone, you will not expect the ending. So go check it out.
That's what we like to hear.
So you have to listen to the whole thing now, because they have to hear the ending.
Yeah, don't just skip to the end.
Don't just skip to the end. Listen to the whole song. But I feel like you have to listen to the whole song, and then that last bit will chef's kiss.
Yeah, I feel like once you've listened to the song and then that bit hits, it's even better than like,
it makes sense.
You just listen to it on its own. Yeah.
Maybe I'll give him a sneak peek of the video, after this call's over with. Yeah, so there we go. Next question I have for you guys is a fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Oh my god.
It's got to be a Spirit Box song, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd have to learn how to scream better.
Your scream is not that bad though.
I do a lot of more heated vocals, and I'm learning different things. But most of the screams that you hear are actually mine and Max's, and so it might start with me, and then our producer Joe is incredible. Blends us together, and it makes it sound so. That's what we do live, is we would both make that noise in live. So he did it for us in the mix of any song. If we're both singing, or if there's anything shouty, you're there. Yeah. So
I don't know how to actually scream. I just yell really loud, and it turns into distortion. So yeah. What song would be? I really like Rotoscope by Spirit Box.
Oh, that's a good one.
Really
that's a dancey one.
What about you, Ellen? It is, yeah.
I love everything they ever do. I would love to do a Spirit Box cover. Oh, that is so tough to choose.
We could do
Who am I
Shania
listening?
Twain.
Do you know what? Actually, no. I would love to do like a metal version of an Ash Nico song. I am
Oh,
obsessed with Ash
yeah.
Nico,
yes, please.
Yeah.
and I would actually. And there is so much potential. Her new album is just like, oh, I'm seeing her in December. I'm gonna cry. It's
Hell
really
yeah,
amazing.
let's go.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'd vote
I
for that too.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
which song, but it would be an Ash Nico song.
I love that. Let me think. What do I feel like you guys could do well?
Oh, this is interesting. Yeah,
Let me
because you watch us go and do it now.
Ooh, that's tough. I feel like I would love for you guys to do a pop song. I feel, like who doesn't love a good like pop goes punk kind of vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
We did do one, didn't we?
we did a clip
Charlie
of
Puth.
Light Switch by Charlie Puth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
And
But we did like a
did,
clip of it. It's on
we did
Instagram.
my Billie Eilish, My Strange Addiction, didn't we? That's on Spotify. That's like our most streamed song.
And it's so old. And do you know what? It was done during lockdown, and we wanted to we were trying out new things because you had to learn how to be a band online during
Sure, yeah.
lockdown. That's probably why we've managed to work so hard and balance both things. But yeah, so we were like, let's do this thing where we do a one take. We all do one take of our cover that we do live, Billie Eilish. What's the song called again?
My Strange Addiction.
My Strange Addiction.
Yeah.
And yeah, we all did like one take, and we were like, oh, cool, we'll put it on Spotify too. Most streamed song.
Yeah. And again, our producer Joe like mixed all of that for us.
Shout
and we
out.
just gave him like literally
Gave him,
raw
like,
stems of like a
rubbish
live
stems,
show.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was all right actually.
Let me think.
we have covered that.
I want to think. I really want to think on this. I feel like maybe like a Demi Lovato song, like from her newer. I feel like that'd be kind of be hot. I like that. That would be my pick.
Yeah.
She's also like a metalhead as well. So
I
I feel
know,
like
Yeah, she's been putting out some cool stuff. Really
So-
cool stuff.
Did you know as well? She's been listening to like emo and metal and stuff. She was a massive fan of Hayley Williams, and she released some Paramore lyrics in her own book, like in her poetry book. She released some Paramore lyrics. I was like, Demi, I see you.
she is a scene queen. She is a scene
Yeah,
queen.
yeah.
So and she mentioned in like I think she did an interview recently. She was like, I'd love to collab with like Knock Loose and like Lorna Shore and stuff. And I was like, that's so. But I also kind of knew it because I know she's posted about like Job for a Cowboy. So I know she's like in the weeds, you know. So she's not like saying like, oh yeah, this band or this band. That's like she's saying some like OG. So I know she's legit. So Demi, come on the show. I'd love to have you. Thank you.
Yeah,
and then
come on.
Yeah.
I know you watch the show.
I'll join. I'll come as well, just for moral support.
Yeah. Please, I'd love to have you
of
on,
course,
Ellen.
yeah.
Yeah. And Max can
Sit
come on
down.
if he wants to, So we'll all show up.
Sure.
Let's do it up. If you guys have a good suggestion for Kite Thief, let us know in the comments. I can't guarantee they'll do it because I can't force anybody to do anything. But a lovely suggestion might go a long way. So who knows?
Peer pressure works sometimes.
In a nice way,
In a good way.
Be nice about it.
We didn't.
So there you go. Let us know in the comments. But the next question I have for you guys is another favorite of mine. What is your favorite food to eat?
Burritos.
Oh,
Burrito.
I just there's nothing at Download. There was one day where I had, it's probably not even a lot in some people's standards, but Download burritos are like £12. Oh my voice, £12. Like they're expensive. I had 2 in a day, and it was the best day ever. I love burritos so much.
Any particular like item that you would put in this burrito?
I mean, spicy. I will have chipotle spicy. I will have all sorts of salsas. I want spicy. I want chilies. I don't eat meat, but I'll take any kind of meat substitute. I love black beans, pinto beans. Do you know what? Weirdly enough, don't really like cheese, so I don't get cheese in it. Or sometimes I'll put a little bit.
I got you.
so weird. She's so weird.
A little bit's fine. Or I would rather like a milk, like a plant milk based cheese or something. It's something to do with I like the texture of cheese, but not the flavor.
So you want
if I
the
get
milk in your burrito?
If I get the vegan cheese, I like it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dip it in almond milk.
Yeah,
literally. That's what I want to do.
Just dunk it into the almond milk. Yeah,
It's yours,
I love
man.
it.
I think it's either like pizza or like chicken wings.
Oh, okay.
I recently lost my Wingstop virginity because we've just got a new Wingstop in Bristol, and that was nuts. That was amazing.
Do you
I
have?
like a good
Is it
like.
a US thing? I've never had it.
Wingstop is in
Yeah, I
the
think
US.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like burgers and stuff, but I feel like you got to get like a real good burger. Whereas with pizza, you can't really go wrong. And like
I
chicken
love
wings,
pizza.
even if they're
Yeah.
not that good, like you can chuck hot sauce on them, and that makes them good. So
I would eat pizza for every meal. I had pizza for dinner. I had pizza before I came on this.
I had pizza every day at Download.
Yes.
So yeah, I would. It would probably have to be pizza. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, burritos, a burrito on a pizza, or a pizza made
Pizza
into a burrito.
Just calzone it, and then you kind of got the best of both.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
But it has to have like the Mexican spices and the beans and the rice. I think I'd give myself a heart attack, is what that is.
That- yeah.
Oh my! That just reminded me. Do you remember when we were? Sorry. Side note: when we were recording the EP, I don't know if we. Anyway, it was late at night, and we'd had some drinks and
Went to a gig.
Went to a gig, and we came back, and we were feeling really accomplished, and then we tried super noodles on top of pizza.
So do super noodles, you know what super noodles are? Like instant noodles.
Oh,
but
yeah,
they were from like the Chinese supermarket. Like they've got amazing flavors in there.
Miso paste in it as
I
well.
put extra miso in it and some extra kind of
sesame
herbs and
oil.
spices, and then we had like this mega pizza and put the noodles on top, and it was the best thing.
I think we were drunk and high, so it did help.
Yeah, a little bit.
A lot.
Yeah,
That was.
we were
It is so good.
It was
Yeah,
great.
Like
honestly,
there's
I've got a
like
video
noodles
of-
falling out of the pizza. You're like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever
I've got a
eaten.
video of Ellen like putting it on the pizza, and just being like,
You
It
should
was
find that. I
insane.
want to.
Yeah.
Maybe we should post that one day.
Oh
I
my
will.
god.
I've got it on my phone. When
Oh,
we went
man.
to bed, like we were so full.
Oh, I'm
of
sure.
carbs,
I-
and just like,
Stomach
but it was
afterwards.
amazing. It was
was
amazing.
I'm gonna have to.
So would recommend.
Okay, I'll have
Yeah,
to
try
I'll have
that.
to, I'll have to find super noodles
Don't eat
or
all
something
day.
similar. Or something. No,
Yeah.
that would be a terrible way to go out. I'm like, I realized that would just be like an absolute sodium bomb. That like, I would be
Oh,
like,
it wasn't
oh
good.
my god, yeah.
It would not
We did it
recommend
right
for
before
your.
bed.
Yeah, not really recommend for your health, but
That's
you know,
yeah.
a one-time like every now and then do it.
Listen, I'm going to the
Yeah.
gym, so I feel like it counteracts.
Balance. That
balance
is
out. Yeah.
harmony and peace.
Harmonious, yeah,
Balance.
exactly. It was like I went to the gym earlier yesterday, and then I got Taco Bell for dinner, and I immediately regretted
Oh,
it.
I
That
love Taco
balance.
Bell, but I always regret it, but I love Taco Bell.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
that's the
Taco Bell's good.
common trend of everyone that eats Taco Bell is like you're like, yeah, Taco
Yeah.
Bell, and then by the end of the night,
And
then
no,
after you
no,
hit it, yeah.
No.
not good.
We've done that before shows like multiple times. Thought it'd be fine to get a Taco Bell. Every time we go, this is probably a bad idea, but let's do it anyway. And then we go, we're never doing it again. And then
And then you do it
Josh
again,
of
yeah.
all of us.
Josh.
Who's got like the most sensitive stomach? He
Josh.
always gets Taco Bell, and he's like, "Nah, it'd be fine. It'd be fine." It's like that filthy Frank meme where he's
This
like,
guy
"It's just
can't-
Taco
It's
Bell.
ti-
What the fuck could go
He can't eat apples. He can't eat onions. He can't eat garlic. Like he can't eat so many things. And then he's like, Taco Bell, fine.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, I can't unpack this now. I need
No,
to.
it's fine. Sorry. Tangent.
Oh my god, he
I think
can't
it was
eat
Craig
onions
Reynolds
and
that
garlic.
said-
Oh man, those are the best things.
I know.
What the hell's
I think it
wrong
was
with you,
Craig
man?
Reynolds that said he lifts weights just so that he can eat pizza, and that will be me whenever I start the gym.
Yes.
You can do it, Max. I've been doing it for over a year now, so
Nice.
rocking it. Yeah,
Nice. Props to you,
Vibing.
man. That's
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm really trying out here. You know, it's hard in
Yeah.
these
I
streets.
need to.
Yes, mate. You feel good.
I'll
you
make
feel
sure
good.
I'll make sure to Instagram message you and be like, "Come on, Max, do it up."
Yeah.
I need that so
All right,
bad.
I'll do it up.
Yeah.
I got you.
You need to join the Kite Thief gym chat. You need to-
I know. There's 3 out of the 5 of them go to the gym, and they will
Let's
have a
go.
secret chat, and I get FOMO every day. I hear them talk
You
about it.
don't
and, like,
want to be in it.
sending
It's
videos
just
and stuff.
Yeah, you got to do
No,
it
I
up.
do. I really do.
You gotta get
so
your
let's
ass
go
in
to the
gear.
gym.
Max, you gotta get your ass in gear. You know, you just gotta do it,
do.
man. I got you. Yeah.
And you're gonna
Somebody
feel good.
you're gonna feel good, trust. I like I
Yeah.
always post about like my heavy gym songs that I listen to. You guys are definitely gonna be on that list
I
now.
know, yes, I
Yes.
was hoping that.
But like
That's what we
personally,
want.
that's
Gym
like
playlist.
that's what I like love about doing it. Like shout outs to Wes who I met at my local gym. He was like I was wearing like I forget what band's shirt I was wearing, but I was wearing an Alpha Wolf shirt, and he was like, "Oh, that band's sick. I love that band." And I was like, and we just started chatting. Very nice guy. And then he's just like, "I always see you wearing like sick band shirts," and I was just like, "I appreciate it." That's the only time I can like. I feel like if I'm wearing something, if I'm going to the gym, like I'm listening to like Kublai Khan or like Alpha Wolf
Yes.
or like
Dude, we
Gideon.
saw Kublai Khan at
Oh.
2000 Trees, and they were insane.
They're nuts.
They're so good.
Also,
Could you
Matt is
imagine
a
if the
sweetheart.
Wes,
Sweetheart. Total gem.
Ellen, can you imagine if Wes is the Wes that we know from America? Because he goes to the gym as well, and I'm like,
an American that goes to the gym. I don't know if they will definitely.
does he
bump
have
into
long hair?
I don't. You know what? He's got kind of long hair. I guess he's got similar to me. Like I also have long hair, but
Yeah, no, not the dude. I really hoped that was gonna be a connection.
that would have been sick. I would have been about it. If you are in the States,
Yeah,
just come say hello.
Yeah,
Say hello.
Wes Horton the Third, he's called. What a name! What a name! He was the bassist in Falling in Reverse for a while.
Oh, sick.
And now he's
Okay.
got a band with the old guitarist of Five Finger Death Punch. So yeah, he's done well.
Shout outs. Very cool.
Smashing
Very cool.
it.
The next question I have for you guys is another fun one. If you guys could pick somebody to collaborate on an up and coming Kite Thief song, who would you love to have on a track? I'm gonna make it a little bit easier, maybe a little bit more difficult. I don't know. But first part of the question is one that you feel like is more feasible. Like if you like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You ask someone, they could like maybe be on the track, just saying little nudge there. And then one that we're manifesting. We're just gonna like put it out there. I want to send all my positive energy to you guys to get this going.
Okay, I feel like we need to collaborate on this.
I think the one we could get a wink, 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 nudge, nudge out of is either the singer of Dream State, because recently we played Misery Loves Company Festival, and we were hanging out and chatting loads, and I've got her on Facebook, which is mad. And she's like, "Oh, I always see what me and my husband are always like looking at your videos and like love what you're doing." And I was like, "Okay, this is cool."
I'm crying.
The singer of Vexed, because we've also
I think you like
Vexed.
Vexed. Come on the show. We'll love to have you on.
Yeah,
oh my God,
sick
they
band.
would.
So sick.
I think that's probably the two that are most possible that we could try and get.
Let's go.
For sure.
We manifest. And then what, like, if we're doing the big one?
Doing the big one. Yeah, the big dog.
Oh,
I mean, for me, it would be like Ollie Sykes.
Yeah, that would be, wouldn't... Yeah. Do you know what, actually, Jordan, because he's just such an incredible, amazing genius from...
both of them? That would
both
be
of them.
nice.
We'll take them.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
We'll take both.
Full package,
Yeah.
I got
them,
you.
or I think Pale Dusk. Because
so mental.
Pale Dusk have done like pretty much every new Bring Me song they've been like involved in some way.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like, and they do a lot of the stuff that we're like, we want to do that. So like,
we want to do the weird stuff.
The weird cool stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God, their new song. Oh man, so sick. Love it. Rumble.
Every song is just like an attack on the senses, but in the best way possible.
Best way.
Yeah.
You guys should tour together.
On my gym playlist. That's my gym playlist.
Kite Thief, come on, go do a US tour. I would cry. That'd be so sick.
Yeah.
Oh we were all watching them at Download Night.
I watched them on Hey 5-6. He posted like a live set, and I was like, bro, this band, wild. Doing fucking spin kicks, like dudes, like they're going off.
I think it was 2000 Trees we saw them actually, Ellen, but it
was 2000
because they had like a bunch of people come in with like blow up costumes on of like a tiger and a dinosaur and a lion, and like they were all in the circle pit, and like they all just like got in there with them, and it was crazy.
Oh my God.
And like they were insane. So that we took a lot of inspiration from them in our live show as well, because we try and like make it as interactive as we can, and we don't necessarily do spin kicks, but we do lots of other cool stuff.
If you go to
Our
the
bodies
gym,
are
you'll
too
be able to do
broken.
it.
That's true,
Yeah.
actually.
I'm gonna go to the gym just
to do spin kicks. I love
Josh
it.
has been sending me videos of him like properly
Just
lifting.
pumping it
Josh is the
out.
one that looks like Max. So I don't know if you've seen a picture of all of us, but there are two.
He
that
looks like
the
this.
same. Yeah.
And I look like this. And together we make
make one whole. Yeah, you just fuse together.
There was a time where Josh's face would unlock Max's iPhone.
Yeah.
So yeah, like genuinely. I mean, I think it must have been the beard, because I think we both had bigger beards.
We both had a big
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah, Josh has been lifting, so he can do the flips. He can hold you. Do the
let's go. Do it up, Josh. I love it.
We can do the Paramore flip.
Yeah, the dream.
Yeah, the dream. That'd be sick. Well, guys, listen. If you want to make this Kite Thief dream a reality, which it is, because it's on the internet, so it's probably true. But if you want to like tag all of those bands on Instagram and then like type the word collab ? And then like send it out. I'm just some guy on the internet, but I believe that it's probably true. I believe stuff on the internet sometimes.
Make it happen.
Should we do that? Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. Just be like, hey, how you doing? What you eating for breakfast?
Yeah, I'll just read. Yeah, I'll just retweet it. I got you.
Want to come
I'll
over?
repost
Like,
it.
I've got cinnamon buns. Like, we can
do it up.
Yeah,
I'll fly over
just
there
invite the
tonight.
singer and
I'll
Bex
get on
over.
my first flight over to the UK tonight, and we'll all hang out. It'd be sick.
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's do it up. I got nothing better to do. Let's do it. Let's do it up, guys. The next question I have for you is probably my personal favorite. I know I keep saying this a lot, but this is actually my personal favorite. I'm a huge nerd about most things, but I love video games. So if you guys could be a video game character, who would you be? I don't know if Ellen has one. I'm not trying to. I feel like Ellen might.
You are guessed correctly.
Well, they have.
I didn't want to assume,
They had the Bratz video game. So.
Well, that's where I was going to go. I was like, look at me. I'm here with my stars and my moon. I was like, I've got a PS2. Like,
okay.
And I would play the Bratz video game.
Hell yeah.
And Sasha was always my favorite Brat. But actually, as I've gotten older, I love like Roxy and Megan. So I'll just have to be a Bratz doll.
That's a vibe.
Okay?
That's a vibe.
You don't know who they are, but that's fine. Max, you go.
I know what you meant. I have a younger sister.
Man.
I know what it's like.
I don't really know. I think like the last game that I really got into was God of War, so it'd probably be Kratos, because he's just a badass. Yeah, probably him.
All right.
Bold
statement.
God.
Don't let it go to your head, all right, Max. I just want to, keep it low key, all right. I know you're God of War, but it's jeez. Don't try to rub it in, all right.
Do you have a character that you would be?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, so I would love to be the trainer from Gold and Silver. So that's my go-to.
See, when I was
character.
younger, I was into Yu-Gi-Oh more than I was into Pokemon.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Same here.
Yeah.
The Dark Wizard.
The Dark Wizard, yeah. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah.
I was just about to say. Yeah.
I got you.
I used to like when I didn't have a phone when I was a kid, but I would like stick my Yu-Gi-Oh cards all around my room, and I'd have the Blue Eyes White Dragon right next to my head.
Ooh. Hell yeah, that's hard.
Protecting you in your sleep.
God's protecting me.
Watching over you.
I never had that. I do still actually have I still have some of my old Pokemon cards as a kid. So, yeah. It's one of the very.
Never know that might be worth some money.
I was gonna say that's.
Nah, I checked. So I checked on some of them. Also, I was like a terrible kid, and I used to do like dumb shit to my cards. So like. Obviously my dad would be like, because he used to own like a card shop, so he was like, no, you gotta like be careful with these cards. And meanwhile, I'm like fucking throwing them around and shit, and like and, like be like, oh, I'm gonna trade you this card for this card, and then it's like a terrible card, and then like I was like, I had like a great card, and they were giving me back like a shitty card, so like It is
Oh
what it is, you know.
no.
Yes, I was
Well, they're there
wasn't
for
very smart on that.
memories.
Yeah, they're memories, not dollars,
My
which
dad was
would
the
be nice.
same. Yeah, I had like a collectible Matrix character of Neo from like the mid 2000s, and he was like, keep it in its box.
Meanwhile, you're like throwing him.
Yeah, like his boot was missing the next day. And like,
Oh no.
yeah.
Oh no. Well, now
Shame.
I have all these on my desk. I have like a bunch of like Funko Pops.
Yeah.
I have a few Funko Pops, to be fair.
Yeah.
I have a few like Disney ones.
It's all Pokemon. I'm pretty much on my desk here, so that's all I got.
That's cute. I love it.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a couple, but I don't know where they are. I've got the Cheshire Cats one. Like,
I
close to
have
the
an
door.
absolutely massive one over here in my corner, which you can't see, but like it is. Would you like me to go get it? Would you?
I
Want to see
kind
what
of do.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
kinda
let's
wanna
go.
see what it is.
I'm gonna get my baby Grogu.
Okay. I'll just wait here.
Here we go.
Oh my god, he's oh, and you've got Grogu. Oh, look at you both. Oh my god.
He's got like
This
an
is, like-
angry face.
This is very
That's
large.
actually so cool. That's actually huge.
It's like
Yeah, that's sick.
That's the only one.
Look at you. Boys and their toys.
Other than that, and then I have Godzilla up there, which shout outs. I love Godzilla too, so I guess I'll get that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Let's go.
This is a little bit bigger.
Okay, no, that's sick. I love it.
That's sick.
Yeah, that's my
it's so
guy.
That's so nice.
So shout outs.
I want to collect now.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. Trust me. As someone
My
who
mate Sam has them like all over his desk, and he like can't move because they're just. I'm like,
they're
"Put
all
them in a
over my
cabinet." He's
desk.
like, "No."
They're literally all over my desk, so I can't. And also, like, I am bad because like I feel like my brain is just like you have to collect things. So I have like a bunch of Funko Pops, and I also am like the hipster. I collect vinyl, so like I also collect vinyl as well. So yeah, I have a massive collection.
Balance it out.
Yeah, I would pull that out, but that would take me hours to dig out. So I'm definitely not going to do
the
that.
next one.
That's
The next release will go through your
that's a
vinyl
live
collection.
stream. That's a live stream Twitch thing. I'll do that at some point, but
Hopefully one day we'll have a Kite Thief vinyl that you can have.
shit.
Oh,
Don't tell me
when
with a
we
good
get it,
time.
I'll send it.
That would be
Yeah.
amazing. I would love to have you guys a part of the collection, but
It's probably going to be a while, but
well, hopefully, if you guys
Never say
listen,
never.
if you guys go subscribe and go give him a follow and go show him some love.
Buy,
mean,
buy
hey.
some merch. We'll make vinyl.
Hey, yeah, there you go. Exactly. Do it up. But the next question I have for you guys, if you were to compile a dream tour lineup, including your band Kite Thief, who would be on this lineup?
a tour with us. Ooh.
Oh. How many bands? And
I
then-
feel
and
like
then we can
we're
split it up.
going full stacked. We're doing 4 bands, including yours, so it's a 5 total bill.
Oh wow.
Okay, Ellen, you take 2. I'll take 2.
Oh.
Let's have 2. Let's have alternating headliners, and then we'll have
Ooh.
alternating openers.
I like
okay,
it.
I just need to look at what I'm listening to currently on Spotify because then
Okay.
it will remind me of. Like,
I already
who
know who mine are.
I know, but my brain doesn't retain information like yours does.
Okay, I would go. So let's say that like we have 2 nights. So we have band us, and then Ellen has a band us, and it will be like an alternating tour like that. That's how I'm doing this, so it's nice
Okay,
and fair.
respect.
Mine would go Kite Thief open, Loathe, Bring Me the Horizon.
Okay. Oh god, that's so
I love
tough
that.
to match. I'm like, I feel
'Cause
like
I
Jonas
love
Brothers
Loathe
on
so
here.
Same.
This is-
Oh no, let's flip the lid.
I'm
Let's
not
do
picking
something
Jonas Brothers, but
like
if you want,
Kite Thief, Jonas Brothers, Busted. That would be a tour.
oh god, I would love that. This is such a hard question. I hate so bad at these things. Okay, I think
Just not Adele.
I just
You can't.
no offense to Adele. I mean, go Adele, you do you, hun. But you know, I'm not here for that. I do think it would have to be Spirit Box because I just can't. That would be my headliner because I can't not say. I can't not share a stage.
Fair
with
enough.
Courtney LaPlante.
That's fair.
Like
Yeah.
that.
Facts.
That has to be.
And
a
you
gold
know
rush
she'd get you up to
headliner.
feature as well. on
Yeah,
this one,
yeah,
so-
and you guys did
Yeah.
the collab song, so I feel like she's
There
gonna
we
come
go.
up for your song, so like it
Yeah,
works out. Yeah.
exactly. And then do you know what? I think it would have to be Vukovi. I don't know if
Oh
you've
yes,
heard of Vukovi.
shout outs. They're a sick band. Big
I love
salutes.
them. They're like we've got to like like hang out with them a couple of times as well, so I know that they're like just so cool and chill and like lovely and also just amazing to be around and watch on stage. So I think that would be my lower down placement, I guess.
Not to mention they're funny because they're Scottish.
Yeah, they have really thick Scottish accents.
Whatever they say is
What
funny in
fun.
that accent. It's amazing.
Fukovi, come on the show. I'd love to have you. I know you guys signed to
Yes.
Rise recently, so maybe
So
maybe
good.
you know, maybe they might
Do
be on the
it.
show. I don't
Hit
know.
'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up. Do it.
I love the UK and just like international bands. So
You know so many. You just know all of these bands that we're just like,
you know, I've been
It's
doing
really
it.
cool.
I've been doing it for a little bit, you know, so love it.
so
Yeah, man.
impressive.
Thank you.
I feel like we went to college together. We literally know all the same bands and love them. It's great.
I pride myself on finding like the undersung gems, you know, like there's some a lot of
Yeah.
great bands that have died out that haven't had the privilege of seeing live, but you know, I like to be able to see all of my friends at some point. So that's you guys are
Yeah.
included in that list. So I'll have to maybe I'll have to come out to the UK next year. I don't know.
Yeah, oh my
Or
god.
maybe
2000
we'll
trees,
get
come
to the
on, man.
US
Let's
sometime.
go. I would
Yeah,
love to come out.
Trees.
Please.
I
Yeah,
would
let's get you
love
to
it.
2000 trees.
I'll do press
We
for
do
you
press
guys.
there. Like, yeah, the press area is sick there. We can hang out. We
Come
can get
on,
some
let's do it up.
food.
2000 trees, what are
Okay.
you doing? I'm gonna blow up.
Yeah.
I'm blowing up next year. Come on, let's do it. The next question I have for you guys is if you were trapped on a desert island and there was one album you could bring with you to listen to for the next month, what album would it be?
Ah,
That's a month. I feel like that's a little easier. You know, it's a little.
You know what? I actually have mine because this changes a lot for me because I wouldn't bring something like I just feel like this answer to the question always changes. I can't get my words out.
It's all right.
Have you ever heard of there's this Australian artist called G Flip?
I
They're
have
not
not. No,
metal. They are not metal at all.
that's fine.
But
I don't
they
listen.
are so cool.
I don't listen to metal.
That it's you know, I know, I can tell.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, their new album is just incredible. It's so varied. Every song is different. Like there's just so much going on. It's so beautifully put together. And they play drums, they play guitar, play piano, they sing and play the drums at the same time. And it's just the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Is it like pop, Ellen? What type of genre would you categorize them in?
Yeah, I guess it's pop.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is. It's probably pop,
Alright.
but it's a lot melded in there. There's some gospel influences coming in sometimes, and like just some super cool
I'm about
stuff.
it. I love.
Yeah,
I'm been on the pop train for like the past 3 years now. So like, anytime I can find a really cool pop artist to jump into, and you say G Flip.
G Flip, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to check it out now.
Oh, is this the one that has the music video, she's like drumming on the back of a car?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're like, well, it's a big wagon kind of thing,
Oh, sick.
and they're sat on their drum kit being pulled along, and playing and singing at the same time. It's so cool. It's amazing.
That's so sick. Okay,
Awesome.
Yeah. What's yours?
Max.
I've got two, but in my mind, I'm like, if I'm sat on a desert island, I don't know if I'm going to be wanting to listen to metal. So I would go Ben Howard's Every Kingdom, I think it's called. I'm just double checking on Google. It is Every Kingdom. Okay. His 2011 like debut album. I've just got so many good memories of like summer and that album. It's very like acoustic, pop, singer-songwriter, but he's like, he's not like a typical sort of Ed Sheeran where it's like very pop songs. It's like quite folky, quite like finger picky. He's just so clever with the sounds he makes, and like he's got a beautiful live band with like a double bass player and like a cello and violin and like amazing backing vocals, and it's all, you can hear how live the album is and how like it's just beautiful. So it'd probably be that, or like Loaves, I Let It In.
Oh yeah,
everything.
that's
like if I was gonna choose like a band one, it would be that, because it's so good.
I feel like it's a album of the decade. Certainly, I think they're gonna be unmatched for quite a bit. I go back and listen to that album so frequently, and every time I go back and listen to it, I'm just like,
it gets better, and you hear more stuff as well. You hear other things where you're like, I didn't know they did that. So yeah, we reference them a lot for the new stuff. The double drop stuff, like we used the Sub-Zero baritone, which is quite reminiscent. I mean, they use the Squires and basically like blew up the price on them. They took like $300 guitars, and now they're going for like $2,000, and you're like, just because they used them. But yeah, we took a lot of inspiration for like the low tune guitar tones and overall like drum tones and stuff like that on the album, on the EP. Sorry, we referenced that album a lot. So yeah.
I was gonna say, don't be putting us to do more work just yet.
We are not releasing an album yet. Nope.
Oh
No,
man,
I don't
got my
have
hopes
the
up.
mental capacity.
It got my hopes up, man. I was like, I saw
One
EP
day.
in the email, and I was like, wait, are they telling
Yeah.
me it's an album now? Oh, I would have been.
We don't
no.
want. We've always been of the mindset where like we don't want to give people an album when they don't want it. Like
I
I've
always
seen
want
people
it,
release.
so that's
But that's the thing.
I'm old as shit though, so that's my fault.
We've seen people release albums when no one's actually been asking them to release an album, and it's premature, and it does like that. You've wasted that one shot. At like, you can do an album right if you want to. Yeah, like you need to be sure of what you're doing, and for us, I feel like we still want to learn more about who we are and find ourselves as a band, and like an album right now would just be disastrous, honestly. We wouldn't know who we are. We wouldn't.
No, I don't think so. We wouldn't know where it was going. No,
Yeah.
we'd just be like, well, are we making country
we prefer
music
to do like
or opera?
Yeah.
I don't know. We should go.
I prefer to do like 2 EPs split up.
Yeah.
You know, and then, or even like if we did like a joint like a dual EP that's like one of two, if you know what I mean, and then you have them split up so far apart that like you have chance to breathe. But an album is so much.
Yeah.
We had an album's worth of songs for this EP, like for real, and that's why we were like, we can't do an album yet. That's exactly why, because we were like, you know what, like they're good, but they're not good enough, and I think that's like a good and bad thing, because nothing's ever good enough for us. But
that's
also,
good.
It just means whatever we put out is like 99.9% of that song that we put out we love. And there's always going to be something that you wish you changed, but you always get that anyway. So we want to make sure that everything we put out is like, that's it. It can't get any better than that.
Oh, for sure.
Us anyway.
Yeah, and I think that shows like off your growth as a band, because like I think very easily you could just been like, yeah, we're gonna have like 5 filler songs and we're gonna have like 5 bangers, you know, and that's not. I'm not really about that. I'd rather have a band be really concise with their vision, and I feel like if you feel like the songs are gonna be more just outer reaching for having 5 songs on an EP. I don't know how many songs are going to be on this EP, but like just for that alone, I think you're showing restraint, and I think that a lot of bands just ultimately throw that out the window and they're just like, well, let's just release a bunch of music. Like they're going to have so much music to listen to, it's going to be sick. And I'd rather have a band say like, yeah, actually we're going to like bank 5 of these songs and we're actually just going to hit you with like 5 just chef's kiss worth of songs, and that's so much better, because like then I'm like, it gives you a better perspective on it. I think if anything, like it allows the future material to speak more, if anything, because you're like, wow, now like we've really honed in on where we feel like these songs are going to hit on this EP. So for the next time we can either be like, we could do another EP, or we could do an album or something like that, where maybe you might feel more comfortable with releasing more material because you have more of a vision on what's going on. So I appreciate the restraint.
Yeah, for sure.
It means a lot, I think.
Yeah, we've definitely got some in the barrel, like that we're working on, and there were songs that we cut from this because we like you said, we chose them like specifically because they spoke to each other in some form, and we felt that it was like cohesive as a body of work, and that's always what we're going to be striving for with anything that's multiple tracks as released as one sort of thing. You know, it's like it's always got to be in the same aesthetic and feel like the same era. There's nothing worse than like, I mean, I don't skip through albums, but if you skip through an album and you kind of get thrown around and like it just feels like, I don't know, like for instance, the best example for me is like that Loathe album, or Holding Absence's
Greatest Mistake
second
of My
to
Life.
last album. That's the one. that just flowed beautifully, and I was like, that's how an album's done, for real.
That's a magnificent album. Yeah, their newest album is great too. I love that too. That one's a real tearjerker. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was like feeling the emotions at the end.
There's a soft spot for me with The Greatest Mistake of My Life, though, because that was during like the whole lockdown thing, and I was working at Sainsbury's, like a supermarket we have here, and I was like waking up and like going to work for 4 a.m. and like pushing trolleys around and like loaded people shopping for them, and I was constantly like, they were releasing that as I was working through lockdown, so I was like, it was beautiful to like see the journey of a band like that, and that's ideally like what we take inspiration from, is like being able to create like that attachment for a fan is amazing. Like, I love that personal experience of like feeling like I'm invested in something like that. So that's what we're always trying to do. That's why we don't really take ourselves too seriously. I'm the culprit of like wanting to be the serious band and like make everything look really good. And then Ellen's like, no one wants to look at your gear rundown of what you're using. They want to see me being silly.
I kind of do.
And then every single piece of content we put out where Ellen's being silly and being a normal human,
it's 50-50.
Like what hits.
Yeah. No, I have come to realize people do care about guitars. Who knew?
I do. I have one right there.
No, I
so
know.
I got.
We can chat after.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You go ahead. You talk shop later on. Yeah. I do play guitar, not very well, but a little bit.
No, I think it's like what I appreciate about bands now is I think that also had a lot to do with just like lockdown as well, is like I appreciate the fact that bands are more willing to be themselves. I think that's like the biggest thing that I at least got away from, like, you know, post-pandemic, was just like bands being able to just do stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like, I love doing stupid shit. I like basically will make fun of myself because I think it's hilarious, you know? Like, I don't really care. I'll just say dumb shit all the time. Like, I say dumb shit probably in this interview. But it's to me, it's okay. We're in a team. But to me, it's like I think it's important because I think people have this sort of like kinship with you, in that way where you're like, oh, they're just being homies. That's awesome. Like there's something special about that I think like you can't really get with like other like major artists. You know, there's an inherent connection that you have, and that's probably why I've been doing it for so long, is like there's this inherent connection with other people that I have on. Like, most people are like, oh, you guys have been chatting like you've known each other for like years, and I'm like, I literally just hopped in a call with them just now. Like, I've never met them, we've never talked.
It feels like that though, doesn't it? Like when you put effort into a conversation.
Sure,
and, like,
absolutely.
You know, actually want to like get to know someone.
About talking about what you love to talk about and stuff.
Yeah, it's important.
But that's the whole point of being real about it, isn't it? Like, you can always tell when there's a forced conversation, whether it be for press or like whatever. Like, that's what I love about Craig Reynolds with the Downbeat podcast. He's like, I don't get people on that just send me like a press release and want me to talk about their new album. He like has funny or like dark conversations, or like whatever they want to talk about, they just talk about, and it's like, it's honest and people relate with that. And that's what we found out. Like, we tried the whole polished look and it didn't work, and as soon as we started being ourselves, it was like, that's what people want to see. And like, even like bands like Bring Me now are doing like tour documentaries, and like, just got like a really crappy like handheld camera, but it's like, that's what people want to see. They want to see like what they're doing behind stage.
They want to be with you, going like, seeing what's going on. Like, we're all nosy, I guess, aren't we, humans? And we want to see what's going on everywhere, or at least I am. I'm always like watching videos.
We're so nosy, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
We always like, if we're playing a show or like a festival where there's like the VIP room with all the like big guests, we always just try and sneak in and like, oh, sorry, we just came to get some water. Oh, hi, Wargasm. How you doing? Or like Vukovi, like we were all hanging out with them there and just like managed to barge our way in, but we were just like, hello, gonna have a party, like.
They're always very lovely.
That's whenever I go to shows, like people like they'll be like, "Oh my god, Brandon, I know Brandon, he's my homie. I love that guy. That guy's sick." And then I'll have like after like I'll be standing outside the venue like having chats with bands that I've had on before or like bands that I've just met and they're like, "Dude, that was so much fun. Thank you so much for like doing this." And I was like, "No, thank you." I'm like, I love to be able to highlight this stuff like it's genuinely something I enjoy doing and obviously love having Kite Thief on, so please go check them out. They're fucking sick. As if this wasn't like me just shilling about them. Like I'll continue to shill a little later on. But the last question I have for you guys is probably the most important question. I love asking this. As I mentioned, I've been doing this for a long time, and for me, why I love doing it is just to kind of like understands people's passion behind making this type of music because I don't feel like people often seek this type of music out. For me, like it's always a gratifying feeling to understand why people are so passionate about it. So what motivates you? What drives you to continue to do this and like release music and like put yourself out there? Because I feel like it's a scary thing, but you know, I love it. So I want to know why you guys are so passionate about doing this.
I think it's all we know, isn't it? I think if we were to do anything else, there just wouldn't be as much like love or passion for it. Like we've all got other things that we're good at doing, but nothing ever comes close to what it feels like when you like write a riff that resonates with you, or like when, like for me, the most beautiful thing in the world is writing a song, having no idea how it's going to sound until Ellen sings on it, and then she sings on it, and the entire thing just flips on its head, and I'm like, I never even imagined it sounding like that, and it just like gives me goosebumps whenever that happens with us, and that's what I'm always chasing, that like that next song or that next thing that we write that just like makes you go, fuck yeah, like that's why you do it. There's no like, we're not doing it for money, we're not doing it for like fame or any of that shit. Like of course we want to be playing like big stages and shit like that, but playing music in front of people is like
that's what it is, isn't it? The live element, I think, that pushes us forward a lot. That's the bit that that's how we all started, that's how we all met, that's what we get the most fun out of, although sweaty and gross and my body hurts. I don't know, I still do it. I'm still gonna do it.
Well, recently we had a room full of people singing lyrics to all the new songs that we've released, awesome. Which we never even imagined people would know the lyrics to those songs. And like we packed out a room in Bristol that we expected to have like 20, 30 people at. And like one of the local not paper, but he's like a local gig guide guy came along, and he always reviews our shows. And he said that there was like a queue out of the door. And to us, that's just like absolutely mad. Like we're playing a festival with loads.
Because I was doing a walk-on thing, so I was hidden like backstage, and then Dan, he's my boyfriend, but also kind of acting tour manager, sometimes walked me onto stage.
We love Dan Brown.
Yeah, he's a tour manager as well. He does free for me. He doesn't charge me.
That's nice.
That's yeah, so he like walked me out of the backstage bit, and there's a video of me, and I come on and I go, what the? I was like, what are you doing here? I was like, this is crazy. And there was like, yeah, it was amazing. It was our first gig in a while
in the world. Like
it was
hearing that many people. Yeah, we think we put it on our TikTok and our Instagram. Like you can just hear the room like erupting, singing along, and it's just we've got in-ears, and I took mine out, and I was just like, that is to think like back to when you were a kid, like starting to play guitar or like starting to sing or whatever. And like, I always get little flashbacks like that where I'm like, I never even thought I'd be able to write my own song, let alone have like people know your lyrics. Like it's insane. It's actually insane that people like spend their not even hard-earned money, but like their time that you can't get back to go and listen to us and then like sing.
And keep
and like put the effort in.
What we're doing, and it's just like, hello, you're well, thank you, we're doing it. I don't know why you are, but
thanks for showing up.
Yeah, and then I'm always like, let's get tequila, and then that's normally
tequila.
No, that's
Yeah, that's
definitely
it's beautiful, man.
yeah, that's why we do it, is the people, the live show and the feeling of it. Yeah, nothing really matches it, I guess.
Yeah. I
that's
think like
true.
writing music for yourself and then like seeing your thing accepted by other people and like loved by other people is just a bonus on top for sure. It's
That's
just beautiful, man.
yeah, that is amazing. I think that's kind of again what continues to drive me as a person. I think that's like always trying to find that like high of the next group like that I just like fall in love with, which is pretty much on a daily now at this point because music
Oh,
is
that's
found
amazing.
music is just like always out there, you know. There's so many groups.
Yeah.
I'll probably not be able to cover all of them, but I'm gonna damn well
That's so
try.
amazing that even after like 10 years of doing this, though, you still get that high, you still get that like excitement.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing, dude. Like that's so many people don't or can't do that or don't have the like time or like not even time, like the effort to put in to actually like, you know, take the time to listen to those bands and find that new like love, you know.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I think it's oftentimes like I find it's difficult, but also at the same point, it's like
Yeah.
I know how much it means to the other the groups that I have on. You know, like for them to like. I can imagine like people like James emailing you and being like, "Hey, somebody wants to interview you," and you're like, "What the fuck? This is crazy. This guy,
Yeah.
I've never met him. He's from the States. How do you find out about music? That's fucking crazy."
Literally, how did you do that? Well,
Yeah,
I
who
mean,
is this
cool,
guy?
great.
What is this guy? Yeah. Is he gonna
Why do
suck?
they
I
want to
don't
talk
know.
to
Yeah. Is he gonna suck? I don't know. You know, whatever.
Nah, dude, you've
Uh,
been the best interview you've ever
oh,
had. I
thank
love
you,
this so much.
thank you, thank you, thank you. I
Literally,
appreciate
like
it.
I would give up any Friday night for you if you let me.
Oh, oh my God, my heart.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god,
it's.
nice.
But I think it's nice because like at the end of the day, like I think about how important it is for like groups like this to get out there. Like I'd love to be the first person that's just like, holy shit, like I've never found out about this group and then like now I love this group now. You know what I mean? Like I would have never been able to do that. And I find that like in some weird way it's like a curation where like I'm finding all these groups that I'm like hoping to share with other people so that other people can be like, oh, I found out about Kite Thief because of this guy's interview. He's like he he was an okay interview, but the band's actually really sick, you know? Like,
So they came for you, then
they
they discovered us along the way. They came for you.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's how it's gonna
I
go.
think it's important too because I also think it's important to just show that like even though I'm not a part of the UK like scene or circuit, there's like tons of incredible talent over there and there's tons of incredible talent all over the world, you know? So I think it's like my homage and my love to you know how important music is to me and like I want to be able to share that with other people, so you know glad that you guys are
That's
Cool.
amazing,
a
dude.
part of this and
Thank you.
No, thank you
I'm
so
gonna
much for
reel it
having us.
in with the last thing, the most important thing, the reason why people are probably here. Tell them where they can find Kite Thief at, what you guys have coming up in the next couple months, and anything else you'd like to plug about your band.
We have
Yeah, we've
TikTok, Instagram. That's what we put the
Facebook.
name to. Facebook,
That's
yeah.
Kite Thief
Lovely.
UK, and then we've got a website, kitethief.com. We're on YouTube. Check out our music videos, and then we've got a UK tour in February and March.
What?
That's pinned to our Instagram profile,
Hell
so
yeah,
you can go check out the
let's
dates.
go.
Tickets are available.
It's an EP release tour. We can say that now. Woo!
Yes, Ambiviolent out December
Woo!
15th.
Let's
Sure,
go.
that's what it
December
is.
15th. You are correct, Max. I put it in my
Yeah.
notes here, so I got you.
Thanks, man. It's been very nice to chat with you. Thank you for having us.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
been
give a
amazing.
shout outs to James. Big salutes, my guy. Love that dude. Please go check out all of the other bands he works with. They're amazing. So please go show him some love. But you want to go show some love to Kite Thief because man, you want to talk about a sick band. You should go check them out. They're awesome. If they don't blow up next year, I'm gonna be really mad. So make sure
Make it happen.
make that happen.
We'll try our best for you.
Courtney, I know you watch the show. Take them out on a US tour. That'd be sick. You know, I'm just saying. You know,
Come on.
that'd be kind of tight. You know, I'd love you forever if you did that. You know, so please go do that. If you enjoyed this interview, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It goes a long way. I am like very close to 3,000 subs, so if you could get me there,
Let's go.
that would be amazing. That would be ace. So please go check
Well,
that
we will
out.
be promoting this and sharing this as
Oh,
well. So you will get there, man.
thank you,
We'll
thank you,
send
thank
them all
you.
over to you.
Please go check out Kite Thief, and huge thanks to Ellen and Max for coming on and spending the day with me.
Thank you
No,
so
pleasure,
much.
dude. Thank you so
You've been
much.
so much.